This is my second recording from July the 30th, 16. But I didn't have my headset plugged in, so I did that just then. And this is August the 2nd, 16. Picking up right where the other one left off. Another of our childhood activities was what we called sock ball. We would take 2 or 3 old socks, fold them, wind them up, sew the ends of them, and make it into a lopsided ball. Then get out in the front yard and play sock ball. We only had one base, and it was an old an old hubcap placed with the oval side up. Most of the time, only 2 of us played. One of us would pitch, and the other or another would bat. After the batter hit the ball, he would have to get to the hubcap base and back before the other person could retrieve the sock ball and get to home plate and get him out. One day the ball went across the road, and I ran across the road and retrieved it. This caused me to get the worst whipping I ever had. Nanny didn't give it to me. She didn't give me the whipping, but she told Daddy when he came in from work that I had run across the road. That was the highest no-nos we could commit. When Daddy got in from work that day, he just took me into the bedroom and had me lie down on my stomach on the bed. He got his belt and whipped me across my rear end, and I don't know how many lashes I received, but I thought he would never quit. Felt like my rear end was on fire. None of us ever got even close to the road again. That was my only and last whipping he ever gave me. Of course, I deserved to be disciplined for it, but I thought it was too harsh, too hurtful too. Needless to say that he and I were never close, but later on in life, when he got sick, very sick, almost died, I had compassion for him. Sam and I were at his bedside when he died. We were the only ones there, and we stood there for a few minutes. Then Sam said, "I believe that's it." So I leaned over and laid my head on his chest and thought, he has relief from his suffering now, and I know where he went, to Jesus. Praise God. Now, a couple of things about Nanny, your mother. She kept us in line with the switch on our bare legs. We always wore cut-off overalls. However, it was not hard enough to leave marks, but it stung a little painful. I think I've already told this humorous incident about Super Uncle and the switch, but I'll relate it again. One day she called him and told him, and we were standing there too, said, "Go out and get a switch off of the tree." And he did it. And so that he could use it on him. Now, we were standing there. He came back in the house a little while, and just a giggling, and he handed Nanny, her mother, a broom straw for the switch he was supposed to bring. Uncle Sam and I also guffawed at that. All 3 of us looked at Nanny, mother, to see her reaction to the straw. She stood there for a few seconds. Then she started laughing, guffawing herself. And she used to shake all over when she laughed, if you remember. So he or we escaped that switching. Now, the other thing I will tell about Mother or Nanny, but it's not pleasant. However, it's the truth. During all of Daddy's sickness, Mother, not Nanny, was a different person. She was very unkind to Daddy. The way she talked to him and treated him, she would complain about how she felt as if she should be getting the attention getting the attention she was giving Daddy. She was that way for months as Daddy lingered in suffering, and it wasn't pleasant to visit them because of the way Nanny acted. She stayed that way till he died. Now, I know that it is not easy to have to care for someone that is sick like that, but her reactions to the way she dealt with it was really hard to be around. Daddy did not let it bother him. He never said anything back to her, but was kind and soft-spoken. Through his pain and suffering, when he died, they both had relief from each other, which is not a good mannerly way to say it, but it was the way it was. Well, there's no way that I can write my memoirs without listing the pleasant and unpleasant, unless it is a very private matter. Overall, we had a happy family, though. It was not ideal, whatever ideal is. Daddy made a good living, and we all had our needs met. We were not steady, regular churchgoers, but we went to church irregularly, about like many church members do. Daddy would take us to tent revivals, even after Gran and I married. So he did love the Lord. I have told y'all many times how Daddy would get up early on Sunday morning, and Gran and I would be in the bed after staying out late. We were married at that time. Then I thought to myself, here we are grown and married, and Daddy would walk the wooden floors and of the house saying in a loud voice, "Jack, get up. Time to go to church." And he'd wait a while and he'd come back and do it again until we got up. I have used these experiences as in a testimony about the Lord using him to plant a seed in our hearts for the Lord. In our hearts for the Lord. Trouble reading, decipher my own writing. Even though I resented being awakened and made to go to church. I truly thank the Lord for that seed of faith that he planted in me by Daddy. I made a note here, stop here for the night. Got to get up and go to church tomorrow. Don't have Daddy here to wake me up. Guffaw. That's it for this section.